call me a racist?
Oh my god. It is episode 63?
63.
63, I'm getting it right.
63.
Of the K-Bone Trucking Podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've been listening.
No.
No.
No. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the voice of Ben Callahan.
Hey, how you doing?
Interrupting the intro.
My bad.
To
my
tell
bad.
us that he knows how the intro goes.
I just wanted to prove
Just being-
that I heard it.
And that's how we know, dude, that you don't. He's like,
Yeah.
just here's one episode. Like, here, I'll fucking do it. Watch.
I've been practicing right before this.
I'll show you guys. Dude, Ben is hopped up on caffeine right
Right.
now, dude. You drank a brisk
Yeah,
and a green tea.
that's right.
The right before
Fucking crazy,
right
dude.
before the pod started, Ben goes, I'm fucking hopped up on caffeine. I drank a brisk.
Yeah, two brisks
At the Chinese
at
restaurant.
the Chinese restaurant.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Before we get started, dude, this episode, it was Luke's birthday party yesterday, everybody. So happy birthday to Luke Davis.
Thanks.
He turns 26.
It's like
26.
a local radio show.
He's
when
26.
they
Yeah,
announce
I know, dude.
Yeah.
This week
We
for
gotta get a
birthday is Luke Davis.
Yeah.
And
We're
this
going to have a shout out of very happy birthday to Luke Davis.
To Luke Davis. Yeah, this song
He's
is for
26 years old.
and this song is for you. Happy birthday. What? It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
obvious song. But it's sang by Frank Sinatra.
Worst choice.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude. Ben, so you...
Were you going to comment on something that happened
On the
at the
birthday?
party?
Yeah.
The birthday thing?
No, I just wanted to say happy birthday to you
Oh,
on air.
thanks, man.
Just
Happy birthday, man.
When we look back on these, when we're 40 years old.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that was Luke's birthday at some point.
I had a birthday.
Yeah. Wow, those were the days.
I
Yeah.
remember I had a birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I will point this out. I Irish goodbye.
Yeah,
Totally.
you did.
Yesterday.
Totally.
I quit drinking. I drank on my birthday, and since then I drink once on 4th of July, but not to get drunk, just to drink.
Yeah.
And then yes, I still find out a little.
Didn't you
hard.
drink at, you had one Jello shot?
I had a Jello shot at a show.
What a pointless,
Worst drink to get.
yeah.
Like just sipping on it. What is that? That's just to get
Yeah.
drunk. Who takes one Jello shot? All right, let's get.
Yeah.
The fuck does that?
I wanted to
Get a grip.
I wanted to see if I still had it in me. Like
just-
they
yeah.
were next to me. They were like taunting me. They were like, "You won't, pussy."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, I'll show you." And I had one, and then I felt a little dizzy. And
You
I
were
was like,
talking to Jello?
yeah, there's like a show going on. I was in the back.
Yeah.
They're like, "What's that noise?" And like back, it was just me going.
The Jello was
With a little
like,
spoon.
Yeah, yeah.
and you were like,
You won't.
yeah.
you think you're better than me?
Think you're better than me? Yeah, dude. But I quit drinking. I kind of started drinking, but like I don't want to drink to get drunk anymore, and I don't want it to be a big deal when I do drink anymore. So because of that, I've been drinking kind of like on
That
4th of
always
July.
works. I've noticed. That always goes well. You know, That's- you know.
It's
proven
worked-
track record of going well. Yeah.
It's worked so far, to
Right,
be honest.
right.
I had 2 beers. I had 2 beers on 4th of July.
Nice.
And I felt a little buzz, and I gotta say
Yeah.
I didn't like how it felt.
Yeah.
I didn't like how it felt.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I've been kind of the same way, like with cigarettes. Like last night, I had just 7 cigarettes.
for real,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a-
oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Only 7.
I smoked a lot last
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Well, you were cleaning up cigarettes for how long?
Like 9 months. I
Nice.
didn't have one. I didn't have one until New Year's.
Right.
Then I had one.
What about you're cleaning up cigarettes?
I'm cleaning off cigarettes.
You're
That was the
cleaning off
hardest-
everything.
Yeah, I'm cleaning off everything.
Yeah.
Caffeine's the last one. I did a lot of. I'm doing tea now. I don't even do coffee. But cigarettes was the hardest for me to quit by far.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I've been trying to get
drink or
into
anything.
cigarettes. Like,
It's easy to get into it.
I know it's not.
hard to
Well,
get.
not for me. I had a cigarette today with Josh at that show.
Oh,
we
one
were
of
just
those,
trying.
one of those like cloves.
Yeah,
Those
dude,
black
don't
cigarettes.
count.
Dude, it was funny. It was because like the name
Come
of the
on.
cigarette he was drinking is called Black, right? So we're in the back, we're smoking it, and then this guy comes up, like the drunk guy. There's
Oh
a
yeah,
drunk guy at the
this
show.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was like, "What are you guys smoking?" And then Josh goes, "Oh, it's a black." And the guy interrupts him, and he goes, "Oh, black and mild." And I was like, "No, just black."
Yeah.
And he
It's
was
not
like,
mild at all.
Yeah, and he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, just black." And like the cigarette is black, and he was like, "Yeah, it's not a black and mild. What the fuck?" And he started just tripping on us.
That guy's so angry. He was angry at everything.
The guy was just bad
Yeah.
vibes. Just
Yeah.
we were at a show, at a rooftop show,
Yeah.
and there was a drunk guy there. For the
Yeah.
people listening, for the people that weren't there,
Very drunk.
people listening.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wasted.
our Ben here, he's a comic. He's a stand-up comedian. A good new friend of mine, of ours.
Yes.
I just started talking to you recently. Dude,
Right.
Right. And I think you live a very well. First of all, I love your voice, dude.
Really?
That's why I wanted to.
Wow.
To have you on the podcast.
How do you feel about it?
You got a good voice.
Okay, thank
I
you.
agree.
All
Yeah,
right.
you have
Just
a good
wanted to-
radio voice. Too.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Ah, fuck you! Just made it deep right now.
Yeah.
I fucking,
Right.
yeah.
Hey now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. No, I've been told do radio, but that's not a viable option anymore. I wish I was born in the 40s. I would
Yeah.
have been a fucking star, but
Yeah, dude.
whatever.
Oh God, Ben, don't chase these foolish dreams of comedy. Go into radio.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's a sabotage move
Yeah.
when I hear that. People are like, do radio, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can go on next time. You know?
True.
I heard they have health benefits there.
Yeah, I do need health insurance soon. I'm gonna get
But-
kicked off the point, but yeah,
Before stand up, you worked on Wall Street.
Yes.
dude.
yes,
And-
finance.
Yeah, dude, you're the first person I've ever met that worked on Wall Street, and it
Really?
shocked me because I thought Wall Street people is like what you see like in the movies and shit.
Right.
Like,
Then you
like-
saw me. You're like, oh shit, they're hiring anybody.
Well, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean, but you just like give off the vibe of a sociopath.
Right.
Too,
Well,
but
that
then-
is what they hire. They hire.
Sociopath.
Yeah, no empathy.
So you had no trouble hiring you.
They had no. But real quick, Eric Walsh worked at Wall Street. Do you know him?
Eric Walsh, yeah.
There's a couple. Well, I guess just him. But I was surprised to learn there are a couple comics who used to work in like
Right.
finance. But
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of comics that I know and like I respect this move because it's a happiness move. It's not a financial move. That like not to get into like money talk and shit, but that were
Right.
like making decent amounts of money
mm-hmm.
and just fucking maybe like saved up or whatever and just now like you're a tour guide now.
Yes.
You went from
don't
working
don't
on
rub it in. But
Sorry.
yeah.
you're not getting as much hours as you like.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
You're slumming it. You suck.
Yeah. You're a tour guide now. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're a tour guide now, and but
Mhm.
like it's all like for stand up and shit.
Yes.
And
Gotta
like,
pay the bills.
Like Jack Barth, our homie.
Right.
He has is it a physics degree?
Engineering, I think.
And he has an
Yeah.
engineering degree.
Yeah.
And now he's like he for some point he was handing out shots like free samples at that Costco.
I know when he told me that, I was like, fuck. That was one of those moments I was like, what did I get myself into? Because I learned of that job. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So like I respect it, and I mean the move.
There's no money in free samples.
No. Yeah, literally. You don't get tips for free
Yeah.
samples.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
Jack-
What do you
Costco.
do? Oh, I give people things
Yeah,
for free.
For free. While they're shopping for other items.
Yeah.
It's brutal. Where is there a Costco in New York, by the way?
There's
Like,
one
Is in Brooklyn,
Okay.
like Dumbo.
There's
Okay.
one in Queens.
okay. So, well, sorry about that. All right.
No,
I stand corrected, folks. Huh?
Dude, it's funny. Like Jack wasn't even doing it for a company. He was just lost his mind for a little bit. He was just buying bottles. Of
He was
vodka.
buying it and giving it for
He's trying
free.
to make friends at Costco.
That's that's his idea of networking.
Yeah.
Trying to advertise his shows.
Do you see any similarities in like between Wall Street and like the scumbag fucking like stand-up comedy scenes and shit? Is there any kind of similarities?
I would say the one thing I would say is like in terms of if you're gonna go corporate, like there's a lot of jobs in finance.
Right.
The Wall Street thing, there are more colorful characters and people are more like kind of weird. So it's more colorful than like a boring desk job. It is a little bit more exciting, not by a lot.
Because you're
but-
dealing with like an upper echelon of person, like
Yes.
1%ers of their class, like
Yeah.
the smartest people.
A lot of ego, like in comedy, there's a lot of ego,
Yeah.
right? So there's a lot of like weird drama with ego, and people think highly of themselves, and they're very competitive.
Right.
That's a similarity. But
Well,
otherwise,
for a firm,
yeah,
like for a broker firm,
Yeah.
which is where you worked at.
yeah, basically, yeah,
So, like
trading.
you're making money for the firm, but also
for you,
for yourself,
right? So your performance, informs your bonus. You know what I mean?
What is it called? Your commission? What's it
Like your P&L is
Okay.
a word for it.
Yeah.
Like, so every year they track.
So you
how
can
much
be working the same job as somebody, but he makes 3 times the money
yes. In
that
trading,
you do.
in investment banking, that's not necessarily the case. It's all different by
Yeah.
your job, but yeah, trading is very individual.
Yeah. So you're all in there, kind of kind of actually competing with each other.
Absolutely. And the other thing too, even in any, like, it's so political. I mean, it's like there is no real, trading's a little different, but overall in finance, there's no real skill set. It's a lot of politics. It's not a meritocracy. Anybody can really learn the stuff that they're doing if you're above a certain level.
I think it's on YouTube now. Also,
yeah, I mean, you could, it's Excel. It's not super insanely complicated. So a lot of it is politics. You got to know how to play the game. I'm terrible at that. That's something I learned quickly. Like networking events, I'm so awkward. I can't be like suave, So it's a lot of that, which I guess is similar to comedy.
Yeah, but I feel like networking is a thing that if you go out with the intentions of networking, it comes off as off-putting.
Absolutely, you can tell. Yeah,
like a lot of all the friends I've made in comedy so far, I gotta say, like, none of it was because, they run this, they run that, or they have this, they have that, or fucking they're this guy, they're that guy.
Right.
It's because we got along.
Right.
Granted, none of my friends are anything, but
I know we have no accomplishments, and that's why. Thanks for throwing us under the bus there, but
yeah, I
was just sitting there while you're saying they don't have this or that. Oh God, you're right.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
But you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
Like, and I feel like the homies that I have are like with that intention too. Which I don't know if you do need a balance of like that shit in you to like make it in any like business, like whether it be corporate or stand up or entertainment. If you do need that. But I think for like longevity and just having friends for like if you're planning on being in entertainment or
absolutely
your entire life, you gotta have fucking real friends too. I don't know if that exists. I'm still like new to this shit.
No, I think you're right.
But anyways, I didn't mean to get into all that.
Well, one thing I don't know about you guys, I was shocked of how much networking matters for comedy. I did not expect that going in.
I feel like it's like the most of it, right?
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm done with networking. I'm done with the politics because it only matters how funny you are. And then you quickly learn that's not.
It's crazy how
case.
like that's like the least thing.
Right. It doesn't matter.
People fucking care about.
No one cares about that.
Yeah.
It's
different.
It's people do care about. I mean, it's fucked up.
Right.
How under like down on the list it is.
Yeah.
Like here I was thinking we were trying to do comedy. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, dude.
So
a lot
great
of
career choice.
A lot of drugs in Wall Street, or is that just myths?
I think it's most of the stuff is myths. Really, what happened was after 2008, the crisis.
Right.
So after that, everything changed. The laws got more strict. Technology took over, so it's a lot less lucrative than it was like before the crisis. Back then, I have no idea. I hear these crazy stories that it was like cocaine out and people buying yachts like at age 30. I don't know.
Because they were like, I heard scamming and shit, right?
Yeah, and it was just like there was no rules, so people were doing these crazy schemes where they were making way more money. Now there's a lot of regulation on what you can do.
Are a lot of these guys still around? Like
not a lot. There were a couple that would talk about the old days, but not a lot that I know. It's pretty quick turnover. People retire early too, so there's not a lot of like old timers. They retire like 50, 55. Yeah, they get out.
It's a young man's game.
Sure, yeah. But
and then you can still trade, but you just do it.
You do it on yourself.
Just
like you have to sign the thing, right, to trade on your own?
While you work there, you have to go through the whole process. I never really traded, so I didn't have to deal with that. But you got to like get approved of, so you're not scamming people, I guess.
Do you like cold? What do you do? Cold calls to people to like, do you want to invest in this?
No, I did like research on stocks, which I don't know what value I added, but I would like look stuff up, write reports that they would send out.
Like history stuff.
No, just like current news or like, this is a price, this is why it's a price, but nobody knows shit. They're just pumping out stuff. I don't want to like shit on these banks, but like...
No, that's fine. Nobody knows where
yeah.
So I don't want to shit on the banks.
Right. I know who says that. I want to protect the banks. The banks are sensitive, okay? JP Morgan has had enough. They're up to here, guys.
Yeah. He's still in comedy, so he needs to be nice to the people that own the banks.
Listen, I bank with Chase.
Yeah.
The guy
Please
that
take me back.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, but it's not nearly as exciting as the movies make it out to be. You're not missing much. I'll tell you that.
Right. Well, I mean now, but
Right. Back then, yeah, it was different.
I don't know. Dude, speaking of back then, you're like a huge history guy, yeah.
I'm big. I won't say huge. Big.
You're big.
Yeah.
What's
only in certain topics though, but yeah.
Like what?
I like Italian Renaissance. I don't know why, but
Italian Renaissance?
I like that stuff.
Dude, you know what I can't do with like Chinese, like, cause I like history too.
Yeah.
I like, but I just could never retain it.
Right.
But what I can't get into like Russian history or Chinese history.
I agree, for whatever
or
reason.
Italian history.
Oh,
What it is,
all right.
it might be because I'm fucking just a dumbass or dyslexic or no patience.
Yeah,
but
probably
But
those.
it's because I
Okay.
don't remember the names.
Right.
Or like if I see like a guy's name and then I'm following the story, I'm like, wait, was this the fucking guy
I know.
from the beginning of the story, or was this like another guy?
Yeah, you kind of have to let go of the. It's more about just the overarching. I don't know. I don't know why. I'm not interested in most topics. Just weirdly like Italian Renaissance, but most history I don't care
You know
much about.
Italian Renaissance? Like,
I don't want to talk myself up like I'm an expert, but
No.
I read like, but I don't know why. But you know, Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah.
That's what got me into it. Ever since then, I've
That-
been
that-
like into it, like Ezio.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know.
Fuck,
So
Medal of Honor, Rising Sun got me into World War II stuff.
okay, nice.
Did you
So
play that
all
game?
our facts are wrong. No, I don't think so. But like, I used to play the old Call of Duties.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
when you say Italian Renaissance,
Yeah.
this is like what
Like-
year are we talking about? Are we, is this like
1300s to 1600 is like the that's like the largest. It's a big fucking range, but
Yeah.
like 1400s into 1500s.
Okay.
Yeah,
And this
I don't
is
know
when
shit.
you had,
I'm
like-
panicking. Yeah, go ahead.
like Michelangelo,
Yes.
Da
All-
Vinci,
yeah,
and the others.
all the other
The
homos.
other guy.
So
Sorry.
so this was
What the fuck?
this
Fuck, we're gonna get demonetized.
this Renaissance was essentially because Rome had
Right.
had figured out they were in a sort of a utopia state.
Yeah. So it's weird. So like the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
So Rome fell, okay, and then all this information was lost. So it was just that's why they called it the Dark Ages, because it was like they didn't know how to make cement, for instance. They lost the recipe. Someone lost the recipe.
Someone
for
lost the
cement.
cement-
Yeah,
recipe
they literally
for
one of the
cement.
most important recipes was lost cement.
There wasn't like a guy that was like, no, I remember.
I don't think so. This could be all. Yeah. Everyone's memory was wiped after the fall of Rome. They were like, "Wait, cement.
Imagine
what was that?"
how embarrassing that is. Like 300 years ago, they came up with cement,
Yeah.
and then now we're back to like mud.
Literally, it was like they didn't. They were looking at old ruins. Like, how did they do that?
Dude, imagine how they found out. Like, yo, like just like in the city council, like, yeah, there's a pothole on 13th Street. We need to get that filled up. Like, oh yeah, they go, yeah, well, oh yeah, Joey knows that. And then Joey's like, no, I fucking lost the thing.
You lost it?
I was just would follow the recipe every time.
Oh my god!
You didn't
He never remembered it.
Yeah, you know, it's like, no.
He was cheating on his hand the whole time with pen.
And then like the guy's like, this is the Dark Ages.
We're now in the Dark Ages officially.
Yeah.
Yeah. it was-
So what's the recipe for cement?
oh, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a great
I
question.
know
I,
what
should
it
know
is.
that. As a
We need to
historian.
learn just in case.
Just in case.
No, it's water and rocks.
Yeah, isn't it very simple? Just water, rocks, and like glue or something.
Water, rocks, and like a little circle thing that you go.
Yeah. Yeah. The truck.
Yeah.
You need a truck.
It's water,
Yeah.
rocks, and a semi truck.
Yeah. That's it. That's all.
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
like
is.
in Rome, they're like, we have the trucks.
Right. We just don't know what to put in the trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they lost all this information.
How embarrassing.
Horrible.
But you know what? I mean, that happens today. Like fucking, like let's say, we lose the books on the internet.
Sure.
How many of us know how to make internet?
Zero.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
probably
And
one
so,
guy,
like,
the guy who did it.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
probably like
he
cements
sold-
back then was like internet for them.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, like, do you think stuff like will live forever on the internet, or do you think like there's a way to like that it'll
honestly
truly get wiped?
When I think about email, it's like thinking about death for me. When I think about it, like how it sends, how does it go and travel to another
Yeah.
inbox? It doesn't make sense to me. It's beyond my
You could
comprehension.
still just
I have
destroy every single memory bank
right
and
yeah,
and
but
everything, and then the internet would no longer exist.
right.
But would there still do the signal still exist in the ether?
another ether, right?
Like, because they bounce it off, satellites and
It's weird.
shit. Like,
that's so funny. Like somebody like going, oh, we figured out how to get back the internet. And then I go, so holy shit! It's like, what you getting? Like, it's just some guy's porn history.
Right, right.
Yeah.
We found
Yeah.
most of the data was gone. We have a couple emails.
It's like, we were hoping to find the recipe for cement.
There's nothing in here on cement. Oh my god, you idiot. Yeah.
Oh wait, and here's a girl stuck in cement.
Right, right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, God.
So the Dark Ages. So
Dark Ages.
they lose cement.
Yeah, they lose cement among other
So,
big ones.
And the potholes is
The
devastating.
potholes are devastating. No one can drive. It's a
Yeah,
disaster.
Da Vinci falls down.
Yeah, Da Vinci's a wreck.
They
And
start putting people in those Iron Maidens.
yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
That's when
man.
they got like really into torture, right?
Yeah, they were super weirdly into torture. They were like guys dedicated to like unique torture methods. Like the methods are insane. They would
Who were these people torturing people? Like it was like mandated by the king. Like
Right.
that'd be like if like prison systems had like
a torture
yeah,
department.
like things that hang you by your balls
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They had bad ones.
No, dude, that's what it was, hanging by their boss. Tell us how cement works.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I lost the recipe.
Yeah.
Sucked by their balls. That's such a fucked up visual.
Yeah.
That's still in my
What
head.
was that? What was that spurned that torture era?
I think it's always been.
It was like
a
witchcraft.
hit.
It was
Yeah.
a response to
There
witchcraft.
was a lot of religious things, like the Spanish Inquisition. I don't know the details, but they would just be like, "Oh, you're not a true Christian" or whatever, and then torture him
Right.
till he died. It was just like they were looking for
You're not a
excuses
true
to use.
Christian.
They wanted to
get in the chamber.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
I
they
think
don't even care.
They don't give a shit.
You said that Jesus
Yeah,
was
yeah.
done. I don't care. Just get in the chamber.
Just it doesn't
Get
matter.
in the Iron
Yeah.
Maiden.
You're taking too long. Get in.
yeah. They just like.
I feel like they invented
this guy wants
yeah.
to torture you so bad.
Right?
You're like, oh, dude, fuck you. You don't care about the reason at all. You just want to try this weird thing that
That's
you
the
invented.
last thing
that like
he says before he gets tortured.
Yeah, you
He
just
calls
want
him
to invent this. You just want to try out your new bamboo shoots on me.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Does it sound okay?
Yeah, let's just not talk over each other. 'Cause it sounds
there
like,
you go.
I feel like we're like talking
There
over
you
each other
go.
too much.
That's true.
And, like, the
True.
person that
We
holds,
lost
like-
a recipe for dialogue.
That's what you were listening to the headphones for.
Huh? Well, I wanted somebody to ask me like what's happening.
Oh.
Because I don't want to be like stop talking over each
True.
other. So I schemed a way for
That
me to
was
fucking
advanced
See,
scheming.
I'm a good fucking bringer up
Yeah.
of bad things.
That
right?
was
Yeah, sure.
What do you call that? A bringer up of bad things.
A confronter.
Well, that wasn't really a confrontation. Like
Was
a guy that thought maybe that wasn't like such a huge deal that I thought, or just like, hey guys, let's not talk over each other.
Right.
But in my head, I was like, dude, if I tell them let's not talk over each other, they're gonna think I'm an asshole.
Right.
So I developed this whole thing. I picked up the earphones. I was like, I'm just waiting for somebody to ask me something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it sounds good, but just keep it.
right.
Yeah.
Which I think is. I'm sorry.
No, that's yeah.
I'll go now.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Anyways, dude.
So, do you want to talk about the torture equipment, or should I?
No, you talk
No,
about
okay.
it.
No, yeah, you're right. They made unique torture devices, and they just wanted to see how they would work. So they came up with, they were excited to. I don't blame them. They work years on this torture equipment, and they want to get people in there.
Yeah.
So that's.
Who do they? Just for misdemeanors.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't. You can't blame these guys. But didn't they make them out of cement, or am I wrong?
Huh? They made out of like
Steel, probably.
wood and shit. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Imagine like forgetting how to make cement, but they still know how to make steel.
I know, such a
Yeah,
fail.
we don't have. They're in these clay huts, just with these crazy metal spike contraptions. What were like the torture? I keep thinking of the Iron Maiden when it's like the.
You're
Well, which one is that one?
That's the one where it's like a coffin, like a mummy coffin, but there's
Oh.
spikes,
And then,
and then you close it, and it's just
how many guys died doing that?
I don't know.
Dude, how many guys you think got put into one of those and was like, oh, I think I could outsmart this?
Yeah.
And then they did.
Yeah.
And then they open up the coffin. They're just like, pretend to be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah.
Dude, was Vlad the Impaler? Was that those ages?
I don't know when that was,
What was
but
that?
he impaled. That was his method.
That's
It was-
when they put they just sat guys on sticks. huh?
Yeah,
their
and then you
ass.
would just that's the worst one I think. Anything with the ass, I don't want that.
What?
I'd rather do Iron Maiden. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anything with the ass, I don't.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's
all right.
fucking
Yeah, dude.
horrible.
All right. Well, what torture method would you have, Luke, to be like if you had to choose?
The Iron Maiden or the impaled up the ass.
No.
Just
No,
What
like any.
if I had to take torture?
Yeah. All right. Let's say waterboarded.
Yeah.
Right. The one where they tear your limbs apart.
Uh huh.
Or
I think waterboarded
or-
versus getting my limbs torn off by horses. You don't even
Yeah.
die in waterboarding.
wait, or up the ass.
The Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah.
Waterboarded. That one's
Yeah.
cake. compared to, oh, I thought I was drowning for a second, or would you rather, yeah.
Waterboarded. That one's cake.
Yeah.
You're first, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's not. I guess it is torture, huh? I mean, but like that one doesn't kill you.
But that one was to get like information.
Yeah.
These
How do you make
other
cement?
these other things are just like, well, you're gonna die, but we want to do it in a sick, fucking sadistic ass way.
Dude. What about you? How would you choose to die?
Hanging, guillotine, something quick. Those are torture, I guess.
Guillotine seems cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think I've heard like that when your head gets chopped off, like your brain still has function for a little bit, so you can like see, like imagine your head gets chopped off and then it rolls down and you see everyone in the crowd just like
Yeah.
and then you like and then someone picks it up and then you see your body and you're like, oh, that's what I look like the whole time.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Imagine seeing your own body.
I started trying to do time. It's like just like let me just get in a joke real quick.
Right.
I got this big crowd.
I'll end on one more. Yeah. You guys have been great.
Yeah.
I'll leave you with this. Oh my god. Yeah. It's bizarre that that's the case, but with the catastrophic implosion, they didn't feel anything. But you get your head chopped off, you still have vision, I guess. I don't know if that.
I don't know
Yeah,
if that's true.
Maybe it's
that's just
Okay.
everything I say is like I heard it from
right.
some asshole.
I'm pretty sure the cement thing I just pulled out of my ass.
Yeah. This is not an educational podcast. Yeah.
Is
No.
the one like running gig? I mean, the one running joke in this whole podcast has been a lie.
I think it's
Yeah.
true, but I don't know. Someone look that up in the comments.
I
Let us
forgot
know.
how to make cement.
Yeah, I think
That's
it was
the only
something.
thing
it was
no one
something-
in the world knew.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. The
Who-
Chinese knew.
Yeah,
but they
always-
weren't gonna tell.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Chinese were assholes, huh? Back in the day. Oh wait, no, it wasn't the Chinese. What was not Genghis Khan? The Mongolians.
Mm-hmm.
They were the assholes.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say this is because of Mulan. Other than that, I have no idea on why they were assholes.
Yeah, Genghis Khan took Genghis Khan was the
Mongolian?
Mongolian.
Whoa.
Yeah, and they just like rode over that entire continent with like this band of horses, and they just
Dude.
took everything, and he just raped everyone.
How fucking fun you think that was for them, huh?
Dude, what a crazy power trip. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
being the bad guy.
Yeah,
in those
I know.
days. Imagine
Yeah.
being feared by the world, but like, oh, dude, that guy would have. Because like, you don't know that you're feared, do you? Back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Entire cities would give up. They would just circle it, and then they would say, "We give up." That's how feared they were.
Yeah.
They would give
How
them the
did they
keys.
know? Just word of mouth. Mm-hmm. They're like in and out. These fucking people.
Yeah.
You know, because in and out doesn't
That's
have
right.
commercials.
That's right.
Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan is like an In-N-Out burger. You don't
Yeah.
even need to advertise Genghis Khan to make people fear his
Word
wrath.
of mouth.
Genghis Khan has like, isn't it something like, 0.5% of all people in Asia are a descendant of Genghis Khan or something?
I think
because of
most
how-
people in the world
the
have
world.
some. It's crazy because he fucks
Oh, really?
up. Yeah, some. I mean, it's another false fact that I'm pulling
Yeah.
out of my
No,
ass.
I think
but
it might be the world.
I think it's the world.
Yeah.
And something with cement too was in there. I don't know. You know, what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all jumbled up.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan is in every bit of cement.
He's
Yeah.
the only guy who knew the recipe for cement.
And he didn't want to tell
he did not
anybody.
tell anybody.
He took Russia too, right?
I think.
I'm not
Yes.
sure.
I think Genghis Khan was like a good guy, like before he did this shit, right?
What?
Wait, no.
Well, when he was 12.
No. I think there might be something to this where like he kind of like Al Capone, where when they had like a nice upbringing, but something happened where they were like, oh fuck, and it was like not almost kind of by accident, and they just ended up being like one of the craziest fucking worst people in the world.
Yeah.
Not like Hitler, maybe like Hitler.
Maybe, I don't know, too many video games, something. I don't know.
Dude, all
With
these,
Genghis Khan,
I
I
feel
don't
like all
know.
these guys, maybe they had like good intentions coming. Al Capone had good intentions, no? I feel like Hitler had good intentions at first, and then I feel like it was just power trip because he was like, our country's in the shovels,
Yeah.
and then he brought it back and he was like, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
he-
know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna co-sign that Hitler had good intentions.
He cared. He loved Germany, like so much so that he.
Can we go back to cement?
Yeah.
No, yeah. kidding.
Yeah.
No, you got a point.
But everyone's doing something for some reason that they think is gonna benefit
At some point,
them and people they love.
right? But like Luke, what do you love the most in the world right now? Besides
What do I love most in the world?
Yeah, right.
Oh, probably myself.
All right, so somebody.
Sadly. I mean, what do you think? What's your answer?
Well, I think
Your family?
I think like Germany. No.
Is Germany
That's great
second?
for Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this guy, Adolf.
But Germany is fine now, so I can't like do a Hitler.
Right.
You know? But I wish that Germany was disheveled so I could go be like, we need to get this back. And then after that, be like, now let's do some other things.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know?
I wonder what the thought progression was.
With Hitler?
Damn, is that fucked up that I said myself?
Yeah. No. You have to love yourself.
Yeah. I think about myself more than I think about anything else.
What about you, Ben?
I would say now probably the same.
Yeah.
I'm self-absorbed right now.
Yeah.
Family. On
Well,
paper.
I was thinking, I would say,
Let's
should I
be
say my
real.
family? And then
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think
I
about
don't
my
even-
family
yeah.
nearly as much as I
Right.
think about myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Did I think about Luke more than I think about my
Yeah,
family?
Frankie loves me more than anything in the
Shit.
world. And he's got a real funny way of showing it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have gay sex.
We have fun.
sometimes.
I guess it's not that weird.
No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's normal.
It makes
nowadays.
sense. Yeah.
It's normal
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Dude, so you're walking towards a lot of is it a lot of mob stuff?
Partially, it's actually ghosts on the other end,
Oh,
which I have no interest in.
Are you shitting me?
I have to like fake it because I used to be kind of like, yeah, right. You know what I mean? Kind of like meta about it, and people would get pissed because they actually wanted.
Dude, like me.
Right,
Dude,
right.
I'd be pissed if you were my fucking
Yep.
my ghost guy. Dude, I love ghost
Well,
shit.
now I fake it.
Yeah, I know, but
You know.
like, if I was in one of those first tours, I'd be like, this guy, get this guy out of here,
Yeah.
dude. But now you fake it for the tips.
I fake it for the tips.
You're like a
Anything
hooker.
for tips.
You fake that you believe in ghosts.
I try. It's like working at Disney. Like
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse lives here. I'm gonna try to do it. It's
Yeah.
really hard to like fake
Yeah.
it, but
You've never had any ghost encounters? You feel it?
I'm probably haunted in some way. I don't know. I've never seen anything. I'm not saying they're not real. I don't think about it, about the ghost thing. I don't know. I'm neutral.
What are some of the ghost things you
Talk about.
yeah.
You ever hear the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory fire? It's a downer, but
The triangle.
Shirtwaist Factory fire. It
No.
was a bunch of young girls. They were immigrants. They were working in a garment factory. It went on fire. It's still the deadliest industrial accident in New York's history.
Okay.
So it's right near Washington Square Park. It's like this thing that changed all the laws. Yeah, so they think that's haunted, I guess. There's some mansion.
Like no, but hold up, expand on it.
See, this is how I am. You know what I mean? I'm
worst tour
so
guide
unenthusiastic
ever.
about the fucking.
Jesus Christ!
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so fucking.
Yeah, so apparently they're ghosts.
Yeah, literally. That's how I am.
Yeah, so 3 chicks died and
Yeah.
and now I don't know, it's haunted. Anyway, so fucking back to cement.
Yeah.
This guy's
I
real
know.
dick.
I
And
know.
so people like they hear these girls or they see sightings or what?
Yeah, well, the big one. So it's an NYU building now.
Okay.
Okay. By the way, tip me because I'm giving tour info, so
Is
I'll
it-
have my accounts in the description.
Yeah, tip
tip
me to
me.
my Venmo, and
Give
then
it to him.
I'll give it to him.
Sure. Right.
Eventually.
Right. Eventually. Invest it for me and then give me.
Yeah.
But no. So what was I even saying?
The sightings.
Yeah, the sighting. So NYU has a building out for this factory.
Is it the law school?
It's
Or the library?
it's a chemistry lab. So it's some random building they have. But there
Okay.
was
So the one right near Washington Square Park that
Ye-
has that like kind of weird orangish hue to it.
No, that's the library. I think you're
Oh,
talking about.
okay.
Yeah, that massive one. That's right.
Yeah.
On the, yeah, that's the library.
Dude, that's so funny. They were like, "Oh, this is building burnt down. Let's rebuild it and make it a chemistry lab."
I know.
Yeah.
Something prone to being burnt down.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't learn the lesson.
Yeah.
So it's a
I
chemistry
know.
lab.
It's a
Yeah.
chemistry lab.
So all these
ironically.
chem nerds are in there. and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh."
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're trying to learn cement. All right, the cement riff going too far. No. This is one of the stories. There was a janitor who worked there for 40 years in this building.
Okay.
Okay, NYU. He worked for NYU. This is apparently what happened. He retired after like 40 years, right? And he said it was haunted. So like the student
You
newspaper.
only have to work for 40 years as a janitor to retire.
Yeah, I don't know. That was his career. I mean, he loved
Okay.
to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
So he said it was haunted.
he said it was haunted, and then he said this comment. There were certain parts of that building he wouldn't go to.
Okay.
That was like a thing, and I'm like, that's so funny to me. He's just not doing his job. You know what I mean? like, hey, we got a spill in room 12. He's like, I'm just getting a presence. I got to stay home today. It's like, what? How did NYU buy that? Aren't they supposed to be like fucking a good school? Is Columbia buying this shit? Anyway. So that's like one of the main examples, and I'm like, see, that's why I'm not enthusiastic, because I say that on the tour, and people are like, dude, come on, just like do it for the kids. You know, they got kids there, and I'm not.
Tell the kids that spiritual entities are real.
Yeah, I know,
and they can attack you.
Yeah, literally.
Wow, dude.
So it's people are so into it.
All right. So
That's funny. Just a man who takes no responsibility in his life because there's ghosts.
Right. Right. Yeah. I wish I could do that at my old job.
You need to take care of these kids.
Yeah.
They're ghosts.
Yeah. They're fucking ghosts. Leave me alone.
I want to meet
ghosts.
the fucking guy at the bar that told him. He's like, dude, like he's like tired at the bar. He's like, I don't know, I'm cleaning. There's like fucking 40 rooms in here. He's like, dude, what you gotta do is
Yeah.
tell them you hear shit. He's like, I'm telling you, I did it.
Yeah.
I did it over in Chernobyl, and they fucking ate that shit up. That's crazy. So then there's a mansion, right?
There's a mansion, yeah.
And it's the oldest house, the oldest building in New York.
That's right. Yeah, the oldest standing house in Manhattan.
It's in Vide?
NoHo. So East 4th Street, right near. Yeah, East 4th Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then that one.
It's the oldest building? What, did everything else burn down at one point?
They knocked it all down for new buildings. So
When did they knock everything down?
over time, like, so this was built in 1832. It's just like a mansion.
Because stuff started in the southernmost tip of Manhattan. Wall Street was the end of what used to be New York or New Amsterdam. And it was just that. And then they started going up further. And then they started sequestering blocks as squares instead of all these random haphazard roads. And that's why it gets more orderly as the further north you go. But what happened to all those buildings, underneath Wall Street?
Yeah, also I wonder at one point they were like, wait, hold up, stop tearing everything down, dude.
Yeah.
There has to be one original one. I was like,
Yeah.
we didn't do that one because someone thinks it's haunted.
Yeah.
Leave the haunted one.
Yeah, I just leave it.
No, it's a good point. Yeah, so exactly, Manhattan, New York City only used to be Manhattan. The other boroughs weren't incorporated till later.
Right.
But so as the city grew, they built up. It all started in the southern tip of Manhattan. But I don't really know much. But I mean, after the 1800s, they knocked all these old buildings down to rezone, and they built more tenements and then modern apartments. But yeah, this is old. It's 1832 it was built, so that's the oldest.
Why? What's the haunted thing?
Apparently,
Worst fucking
I know I
ever,
suck.
dude.
I suck. I have no heart. My heart's not
do
in
it for the kids. Oh, but fucking talk about Vlad the Impaler and see his fucking ears perk up.
I know. I got a boner on the torture topic, but I don't know. No, so it's haunted, I guess, because God, I feel like I'm at work now. You know what I mean? The problem with these tours is like it just gets so repetitive. I say the same shit.
Well,
it's torture. It's actually torture. It's like a form of torture to say the full. Like I'm saying that not now, but I'm saying it on the tours.
Don't you try to riff at all? Like you're doing
I try to, but dude, like one time I bombed and I offended people, and then I got kind of scared to like riff.
What did you say?
It was at the factory fire site.
There you go.
And of course, I probably did the comedy shop mic like an hour before, so I'm like, yeah, let's go. But I lost presence of where I was. It was all families, kids, and I was talking about how the owners of the building of the factory, they had to pay to the families of the victims because it was their fault that the fire started.
Yeah.
And then I said, but the problem is they made way more money on the fire insurance. And then I was like, you could say they made a killing. And everyone was like, oh my God. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, I'm sorry. It was horrible.
I mean, they weren't offended. They were just mad that it was a bad joke.
Yeah. They were like, this guy's a hack.
They're like low hanging fruit.
Heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was a horrible.
That's funny.
Fail.
Yeah.
So funny. You immediately were just like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I snapped out of it. I looked at the faces and I realized we're so used to doing the mics and like we can say whatever we want.
That's funny. He says that he goes, fuck you guys. You guys don't get it. Anyways, follow me. There's a whole building in New York.
Yeah. I know. I should have just treated it like
so what happened at the factory or at the mansion?
Oh, the mansion. Apparently this family lived there. I kind of make half of it up, but this is what I say. I did. I may have this up.
People think they're learning real history.
Seriously.
It's just Ben's imagination.
I kind of added some stuff, whatever.
False information.
I'm a writer. I add,
Yeah.
But no, but this family
You're
lived there.
embellishing.
Yeah, I'm sprinkling in some, spice.
Yeah.
So this family lived there for 100 years, the Treadwell family. Okay. And I say that the last surviving member No, this is true. The last surviving member was this old woman. She died 93 years old, but she died in the same bed she was born in this house, because she never left the
They
house.
didn't really get out much, huh?
She didn't get out much. I mean, that's a total fail to die in the same bed
She
you were
didn't
born
know
in.
she was in New York City.
I know. It's
And now she's a ghost that still doesn't leave.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
yeah.
the ultimate torture.
Yeah, serious.
And
That lady
and the real torture, she's looking at people like on their phones going, ooh, and then people just don't even see her.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, it's not even fun anymore.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even have a phone.
Yeah.
She doesn't have. She might have a ghost phone. I don't know. Phones die. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I don't know. So
Probably an iPhone 2 or something. You know.
Phones
She's
die.
like Max, she can never get the updates.
Every time
Right.
your phone dies, a ghost gets to use it till you put it on a charger.
Yeah, all the
Right.
ghosts are like one generation behind our phones.
yeah.
And that's why they're mad.
Yeah.
That's great.
So this lady, right? She dies in her
Yeah.
bed. She was born like a fucking loser.
Right. Total fail.
Wait, hold-
She was
Be-
born in a bed.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Maybe.
Hold
that's-
up. Before I keep shitting on her, did she do anything notable?
Other than dying the same bed she was born in, no. That was her main accomplishment, which could be totally false. I kind of just threw that in there.
Yeah.
I hope no one on the company is watching
That's
this. but,
not
like,
true. Then you
I-
just made that up.
I think it might be, but it was from my
That's the-
mind.
That's the only interesting thing about her, and you made it up.
I got it. I mean, who wants to hear this
Dude,
boring shit? You know,
dude,
the real history is.
Dude, this is my impression of her doing the first cool thing in her life, dying in her own bed.
Finally, she was 93 too. It took a while.
That's crazy, dude.
Crazy.
And then
93
so people
years
see
old.
her.
Maybe that's the secret to long life.
Yeah.
Don't leave your room.
Yeah, never leave. It's
Yeah.
like Trump's method, never work out. You know what I mean?
Is that what
You
he
know-
said?
Yeah, that's his method. He's like, if you exercise, it's bad for the body because you're raising your heart rate. So he's like, this is insane. He's so confident. He's like, you only have a certain number of heartbeats, which actually, I don't know. And he says, if you exercise, you're wasting it. You want to always stay still, always sit. Never walk anywhere, and you know.
This guy is fucking hilarious. Anyways, back to the old hag.
Yeah,
dude.
the old hag.
So
Gertrude Treadwell.
What are her accomplishments after
So as
After-
far as her
after
haunted
death.
accomplishments, her post
post life?
how do you say that? Posthumous?
Yeah.
Posthumous. Her posthumous
Oh,
accomplishments.
there you go.
Yeah, there we
Spelled it
go.
out, sounded it out,
Yeah,
and said
sounded
it
it out.
correctly.
Yeah.
All in 5 seconds.
Yeah, rip.
So yeah.
She haunts it. Let me think. She haunts the house and the park. I add that because I want to give them a curveball. So there's a park right next to the house.
Nah, dude, no bullshit, dude. Tell me, as boring as it is, dude.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Just give me the real
I'll give
shit.
you- I'll
dude.
give
Tell
you-
it to me. I can
okay, you want
fucking-
the real shit.
I can handle that,
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
Nah.
So two things. This is the real stuff. There was a story. So the house became a museum in 1933.
Okay.
The reason why it became so she died in that year
The
or
reason
around
it
there.
became a museum is because alcohol became illegal.
Yeah.
And like, we need something to do. Like,
Right.
I guess that shit's haunted.
World War II is coming.
And then World War II is coming.
That's exactly right. You took the words out of my mouth. Those are the two main reasons.
6 years, World War II's in it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so fucking 1933. They're like, this shit's a museum now. Alcohol's illegal.
Yeah, the cousin bought the house. He turned it into a museum. And I think the reason was that she kept it the way it was when she was a kid. I think she probably had OCD. So
Right,
she
right.
kept the fucking furniture, the carpets, like everything as it was.
Yeah.
So it was already old as fuck by the time she died. So they turned it into a museum. And then when it was a museum back in the 1900s, the big story was that there was a little boy with his father. They went to the museum, and the kid started crying because he's like, oh, some guy yelled at me. You know what I mean? When you're a kid
Yeah.
and another adult yells at you,
Right.
that's not your parent, how much it destroys. So he got destroyed in that method. And so the dad was like, what the fuck are you talking about? No one's here. You're a pussy. I hate you.
Yeah.
And then the son
Classic
cried.
1933's dad.
He just can't help. He just can't help himself.
Right. He had to throw that in at the lesson.
Wait,
And
should we make it a little spooky?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
It'll fuck up the green screen. Huh?
Yeah, well.
Oh, well.
whatever.
It's spooky.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
All right.
It's spooky. So the father said that. The kid cried even more because the father had said that.
Because he yelled. All right. So
He called him a pussy.
And then the kid went, wah.
And then the father's like, show me the guy that yelled at you if you want to talk.
Yeah.
Show me. And the kid was like, okay, I'll show you. So he pointed to a portrait of that woman, the 93-year-old woman's father on the wall. So everyone was freaked out because I guess he's haunted too. I guess he's a ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was like the big story. That was like the rumor. And then I'll hit you with another weird fact. This is bizarre. There are 2 neuroscientists. I don't know where the fuck these people got their degrees. They have set up contraptions in the mansion to detect ghosts.
Okay.
That's
it.
That's it. Those are the only 2 hard. Everything else is made up.
And they haven't caught anything. But the contraptions are set up.
That's what I say. I said there's no
Turn
data
the
yet.
fucking lights back on.
Turn those
Jesus
on after that.
Christ.
So here I'm a huge ghost believer. I believe in ghosts and shit. But this sounds like just a huge money grab, dude. What's this fucking lady's name? Isaacberg?
Gertrude Treadwell.
Gertrude
Treadwell.
All right. So it's the 1800s. Woman has OCD and then dies. People are like, holy shit, dude, this lady's insane.
Yeah.
All right, 40 years later.
Finally, she died. Let's turn her house into a museum.
Yeah. Let's poke fun at her.
Yeah. 40 years later, schizophrenic kid, dude,
Right.
and just an overly strict father.
Yeah.
It's like, and then 20 years after that, just 2 failed scientists. We're like, let's put microphones right there and say that, I don't know, trying to catch something.
Yeah.
And now, dude, 80 years later, I'm like, oh, this house is the oldest house in New York. And not only that, the lady that was born in one of the beds died in the same bed.
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
And and people pay good money to hear you say this shit.
They don't tip me. So yes, I'm light on tips.
Probably because of
People
your
are into
attitude.
it. I know it is. It
I'm just
probably
kidding.
is. I mean,
And that's the only 2 ghost things you say?
the last one is about Washington Square Park.
Oh, here, let's hear this, dude.
Okay, so this one-
I'm there quite a bit.
We're there quite a bit. Washington Square Park is awesome. So it started off as a tobacco field when the Dutch had New York.
Oh, that's
how it
interesting.
got its shape.
That's a fun
Right,
fact. There
that's
you
a
go.
fun
For
fact.
people.
So that's how it kind of got its, zoning or whatnot. And then in the Revolutionary War, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was turned into a drilling square. They trained the troops there.
Cool.
Huh, nice.
So like, come on,
Yeah, small park to be
small little
All right.
park. You can train.
Well,
you can.
people used to be smaller back then.
That's true. Our Jesus was like 3 feet 5 inches.
Yeah, it's also
people
true.
were about 2 feet tall.
They lost a recipe
And
for
before
height.
that, they were 1 feet tall.
yeah.
Before that, they were lizards.
Yeah. And those torture chambers of the Dark Ages, it was just a bunch of like little figurines running around. We're gonna hang you upside down.
All right.
Oh
so,
my God! Go through evolution.
Yeah.
So Washington Square Park,
Yep.
tobacco fields,
Yes.
drilling grounds.
Drilling grounds, and then yellow fever broke out in New York during this
That's what
period.
I'm talking about, baby.
Yep. Let's go. Stop the spread. All right, hold on. There we go. I was on a delay.
I mean, all right. Sorry.
Yellow fever?
Yeah.
Is that when you want to fuck Asian
That
ladies?
is what happened.
That was why I went like that to you.
They isolated all the Asians in the park.
Because I know the cheat code to your cock.
Yeah.
Dude, hold up. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
earlier today, Luke goes, man, I was talking to an Asian chick, and that's the cheat code to give me a boner.
Well, sometimes I have trouble getting it hard, but never with an Asian woman.
There you
I'm
go.
with you on
They
that.
call it a cheat code.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
yeah.
the Civil War.
No, Revolutionary War.
Sorry, yellow
Anyway.
fever.
Yeah, let me bring the.
Let's just cut this whole part out.
Yeah. Let me bring the energy down with these dry facts. Boring shit. Yeah. So yellow fever broke out, and they fucking panicked. They isolated all the, stop the spread. You know what I mean? So they put 20,000 bodies in Washington Square Park.
Oh shit!
You know what I mean? And then
Like they dug them in, like they buried them, or just,
Yeah,
or
they
they
did
just
like
tossed them there.
they did a half-ass burial. It was called a potter's field. So it's like
They gave it a name for throwing a bunch of guys in a pit.
I think potter's field is like a name for like mass grave. I still don't know what it
Okay.
means. I say
Yeah.
it, but I still don't. But it's like a shallow grave, temporary. They throw all the corpses.
Oh, listen, see, we're learning something.
Yeah, you learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Next time you're there, say your respects to these people.
So there's 20,000 dead people decomposing under Washington
Well,
Square
so they
Park.
took most of them out, I guess, but they thought they got all of them. But in 2017, they were digging. The playground on the southwest corner of the park.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where the dog park is.
Right.
So they were making
Chessboards are.
The chessboards are there, and it's a nice part of the park. They built that in 2017. They were digging for that playground, and they started finding remains from the time. So they realized that there's still like hundreds of remains that they never got out of the park.
Oh shit!
And they're like, we're just gonna leave them there. Who's gonna dig up all these remains?
Right.
So
Whoa, dude.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So kids play over there. It's like the squishy turf.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Yeah.
the one that they were
Nice,
digging
dude.
for.
That's
Yeah.
see.
That's a good
So
one.
what's the haunted part?
I mean,
I mean, one of
reason
those
dictates that
yeah.
it's probably on.
One of those guys has got to be a ghost. I mean, 20,000
yeah.
of them.
That's
Exactly.
So sick, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an interesting thing.
Yeah.
And then, so how do you like hype that one up in your tour?
You know, now that you say that, because you just said why is it haunted, I need to add that. I just say the death part. And then I kind of end the tour. No wonder I'm not getting tips. Now that I'm like walking through this, I end on death. Well, I actually do end on a positive note. I talk about the Empire State Building. It's the only fucking positive fact because it's the fire and then the mass grave, and it's depressing. It is. I try to lighten it up. Like
a lady never leaving her house.
Right.
20,000 bodies in a grave.
It's a downer.
In a shallow grave. And then what's the Empire State Building thing?
Oh, so I try to end on like a positive fact. So I do this whole thing where I'm like, all right, it's been a lot of depressing material. I'm going to end on a positive note. I say the Empire State Building was built in 411 days. You know what I mean? Very short time period.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
That's the picture that they have of the guys eating lunch, right?
Correct. Exactly. So
it was to fix the economy, yeah?
Yes, because the economy was going south. The owners of the building were like, we need to get this thing making money now.
Yeah.
So they said to the construction company, rush it or whatever. And so what they did was they had 24-hour work done on the building. So they had like obviously different shifts of people.
Yeah.
But they were working all throughout the night. So without safety harnesses, you know the photos of the beam and they're eating lunch. Yeah. So I asked, like, anybody want to guess how many people died during its construction? That's like the you guys want to guess?
Well, I mean, I kind of know.
So, you know?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, how many people died during the construction of... I'll say 127.
Okay, that's a good guess. You're claiming. Do you want to out yourself? Because I'm hoping
you don't know.
Yeah,
well,
I mean, I was like, yeah.
Well, you said you're in the positive note.
Yes, it's a positive
so
note.
I'm saying I'm gonna say 0.
Okay, that's a good guess. Good logic. It's 5, which is basically
Well, that's not fucked up for the 5 families, huh? Let's end on a positive note.
They were
5 people died.
True.
No, they're not getting fucking tipped.
Also, 127 was a terrible guess.
No, because you know it's funny. People mostly from Florida, these people, whatever. I try to like tourists and I just can't do it. But like they'll say shit like 3,800. Those are the guesses I get.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, that's like almost double 9/11. You think there'd be a fucking Memorial Day for that? Never forget the fucking 3,800 people that died building this building. What a fucking moron, this guy. And I make fun of these people because when they say thousands, I get a couple people say, 2,000. This, I'm like, dude, can you imagine just walking to work? Oh, there goes another one. You know what I mean?
You say that?
Constant.
No wonder you're not getting.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of shitting on them.
They love it.
Some of them love that.
Okay.
Because it's just ridiculous that these people guess that. But the people never tip. But they're not going to tip anyway. A lot of these people, like from the South, they don't.
Well, how much does this tour cost if they're not tipping?
South.
Like $10,000 when they get this fucking guy.
Yeah, right.
Making shit up as he goes. Yeah, we spent $50 for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever get this like in the middle of a tour? Actually, I looked it up and it says that you're a fucking asshole liar.
Yes, I got that once recently, and
What happened?
So it was actually the worst. Yeah. Well, it's your face. That was when the waiter tastes the food. You're like, that's what I did. Yeah. No, it was like my largest tour. It was like 30 fucking people, man. I feel like I'm a professor. It's like a ton of people. I hate it because it's not like comedy. It's like you gotta provide. You really gotta
teach.
You gotta teach, and like you want to make sure they get their money's worth. So it's kind of stressful. And then I do this whole spiel about the fucking draft riots in 1863, the Civil War. I get into all this stuff. And I'm proud of that part. I actually like that stuff. Yeah. And then this guy, of course, he's from Florida, and he was late, and he's like, where do I pee? And I'm like, I had to bring him to a hotel. And then he was like walking slowly back. This guy was the worst. He was horrible. I hated him.
Yeah.
He was actually the one that gets 3,800 too. So I got him at the end. I made everyone laugh at him. But he got me, he burnt me because I did this whole spiel about the Civil War. I mean, I talked for like 10 minutes in the beginning. I give this whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then he raises his hand, and I'm like, oh yeah, question. He's like, well, I read that it was 1875, and there was actually 100 this many people died, and the cannons were this model. And I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I was like, oh, okay. Anyone else want to poke holes in my facts? And everyone's like, I was just like, anyone else want to point out any logical fallacies in my fucking monologue? I was just like, fuck you all. Like, that's basically the attitude I had, and it was a downer. But yeah,
For reals?
yeah. So that was that.
Damn,
Fuck
dude.
that guy. Anyway, but I got him back with the 3,800. He guessed 3,800, and I did the whole. Oh, that would be. Can you imagine? And he just kind of slipped away in the back.
You made it a bit.
Yeah, I got him.
Did everybody laugh at him?
Yes, everybody laughed.
Like,
it
really
was
hard?
felt so good. Yeah.
Nice, dude. So you're just like.
I just hate my clients.
So this was like
Go ahead.
This was in Washington Square Park. Just everybody's like dying, laughing. I'm like, what's happening? He's like, this guy just shit on that guy. Why? Ah, he paid for a tour. He said something, but like, he got him good.
Because he corrected him.
Yeah.
He took it personally.
Right. Yeah.
Were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I don't even remember.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Dude, I kind of want to be a tour guide now, but I feel like I wouldn't like it.
It's I'll tell you one stressful part is crossing streets.
Yeah.
Because, when you live in New York, you just walk fast. I know it's like a meme at this point, but like you do.
Yeah.
But these other people that are visiting, they don't walk fast. It's like, I told my dad this. It's like those tanks when they enter a city, when they're invading, it's like, they're very,
Yeah.
it's like that's how they walk.
Yeah.
They're first of all, they're obese, so they look like tanks. It's like a giant M1 Abrams tank with a Def Leppard shirt. That's the clientele I'm dealing with. I'm gonna get fired after this, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, nobody's gonna see this. We had one of our most interesting episodes last weekend.
Nice.
Your parents didn't see it. I mean, not your
Right.
parents. Your bosses didn't see this.
Right.
They're not
What?
gonna. So they're not gonna see this.
You might blow up. I don't know. I might
Yeah.
bring views. I'm
Bring them
doing
to-
Yeah, just plug it during the tours.
Yeah.
And all right, thank you everybody. I was very professional in this too. But if you want to see me shit on you guys,
Yeah, if you want to see how I really feel about you.
yeah, check out
Yeah.
the Keep On Trucking podcast.
Hey.
People are gonna be like, oh,
For real.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so.
dude. That's fucking sad. I wanted to get into the mob shit.
I know. Well,
We're at 56 minutes here.
okay.
Which kind of
Yeah, it
flew
went
by,
pretty
huh?
quick.
Yeah.
huh?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's always a good sign.
Good.
Hopefully the people enjoyed it at home.
Yeah, man.
But real quickly, dude. So I told this story that you said. I'm gonna make you tell it again.
Oh,
I mean-
the Gallo.
Yeah, the Gallo family.
Yeah, let me
shit.
just clarify because listen, the last thing I need is to be getting whacked here. So, no, I mean, let me put it to you this way: on the mafia front, Little Italy, which is not an Italian neighborhood anymore, by the way, it's
Right.
literally not. It's
What
like
is it?
Jewish.
It's Soho basically. So it's like a lot of young professionals, and it's very touristy.
Yeah.
So so the last census, I'll just say, like I think it was like 2020, maybe they found 3% of people in Little Italy
That were
were
Italian.
even Italian American. So it's a completely.
wow.
But
I heard they're all like in Jersey or Connecticut now.
yeah, there's parts of the Bronx that are very, very, very Italian. Like there's this place, Arthur's Avenue.
Yeah.
It's a very like Italian. So there's still little pockets.
Do you take your tour?
Yeah, I take them
Up
there.
there?
Yeah,
You go
yeah, I
up
take
to
them.
the
That's the
border.
last stop.
Take the word of the Bronx. Just
Yeah.
leave them there. And come back.
Thank you guys. No, but what was it? So but I will say, yeah, there's still influence of the mob around.
Literally, yeah. And
You know
the
what I mean?
mob's still alive, which I didn't know.
Yes.
I didn't know that some of these mob guys were still around.
Yes, they are definitely still around. So like Philadelphia, Boston, and New York's the number one spot where they're still
Working.
active. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like middle of the country, no.
I
apparently.
feel like you got to smarten up now. No, like if you want to be the mob, like there should be like more cyber crimes and shit.
That's what
'Cause-
they do.
Yeah?
apparently. Yep.
Oh, nice.
Which I always found funny. Can you imagine like Tony Soprano like coding
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Python? Hey Tone, I don't know, but apparently they're in social security fraud.
Yeah.
Like DraftKings and shit. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
whole transition of online gambling. They're probably involved in that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I hear there's something I read recently that they owned a lot of gay clubs. Like they were like homophobic, but they still owned like a bunch of gay clubs
That's-
because there was money in it.
Right.
Because the gays didn't have anywhere to go, so they invested money in
That's
gay
funny.
bars and gay clubs.
That's funny.
That kind of reminds me of like Sean's joke. Like this is wrong.
Yeah.
But like they got like so much.
Yeah.
Like it's making money. So the money is to be made. They're like,
They can see past it.
yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's always what helps people see past their whatever their prejudice is when you have like sports was a big reason that like a big part of how black people came along in this country.
I don't like how we said that in unison.
No.
I don't know why I didn't know that. I was left out on that.
All right. What should we end on that?
I felt like there was more to be said, but the jinx.
You
on
know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
Like black people were
We
really
have a
good
common
at sports.
goal.
People were Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
The other guys.
Yeah.
So hold up. All right. So was there anything else you wanted to say about the mob? shit
No,
and
no. No.
Well, because of the scary thing that happened to your coworker.
Yeah, I mean, I listen. By the way, I don't know. That was probably exaggerated. I think, but the bottom line is, don't be disrespectful, no matter who it is. That's my, that's my message.
There you go. That's a positive note.
I'm a positive guy.
Unless
that's
they're
my
fucking fat fucks from Florida.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Yeah, unless they're tanks.
Or 93-year-old dead woman.
Or the Dark Age people.
or anyone else that Ben talks about on the podcast.
I know. I'm so
basically,
negative.
basically don't be disrespectful to the mob.
Yeah, just respect Italians because you never know.
Absolutely.
That's all he said.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's the way to do it.
I'll tell you real quick because I said like 3 episodes ago, but there's probably like new listeners and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, the Joe Gallo, the place where Joe Gallo died. One of your coworkers was like passing by one of the tours and making people like take pictures and shit on the pose that he died. And across the street, a living family member.
Yeah. So this is what happened. So I'll give you the real. I kind of embellish. This is what I know. I embellished. This is what happened.
I guess it's good for
So,
storytelling.
Yeah,
But it's not good when you fucking say it in the middle of the story.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to
a
say
great story. I'm lying, by the way.
the worst storyteller. No, but this is what. So again, a lot of these guys still are around. They have business. Basically, what happened is there's this restaurant. It's in The Irishman, the movie. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Exactly. So it's all depicted there. There's a restaurant on the corner right in Manhattan where this guy was gunned down, and this guy was doing the tour.
Joe Gallo.
Yeah, Joey Gallo was gunned down. So this guy was doing the tour, and I guess the tourists wanted to pose as Gallo, who died. So they were like on the sidewalk, like acting like dead or something.
Fuck.
And so like some people, I don't know if they were related. I don't know that. I don't know who they are or what. What I do know is that they basically took him aside and said, "Listen."
Your tour guide.
Yeah, they took the guy, the tour guide, they took him aside because he was the one taking the photos for the the tourists. So I got to take a lot of photos because I'm the. So they basically took him aside and they're like, "Listen, dude, like, do not do that." You know what I mean? Like that. It's kind of risky enough, like talking about it in the neighborhood. Definitely don't do that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a crazy like we're gonna. It was basically like, dude, come on. That's it.
What makes this story way less glamorous to me and way less scary? The first time I told, I was like, dude, I told Luke I was very excited. I was like, and then a fucking living family member pulled him aside. And he said, "You keep doing that shit, you won't be giving tours anymore." We're like, "Oh fuck."
Well, that's how I said it too. I was exaggerating.
And now we're here talking to you on the pod. I brought you here to tell these cool ass stories. In the middle, you're like, "Dude, they're all fucking lies, dude."
I know. Well, I'm trying to be real.
But now you're like, yeah, not even 3% per Italian, dude.
I know. I sank it all. But it's true. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm a liar. I'm a fucking liar.
That's okay.
I guess that's good for stand-up, no? Like just like fucking like exaggerating stories and shit like that.
Oh, for sure.
Because like the first time you told me that, I was impressed and I had an amazing.
Well, it's fun to tell this crazy story. That's why you had me on, and then I come out as a fraud. Once I'm on the show.
And that's why, because normally it's like after the pod, it's like I'm a fraud. Like just during, like, I didn't just get this put out of the way.
I know. Well, I don't want to get whacked, really, is the other thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, by the 0.3% of Italians.
The 0.3 will gather and whack me.
They don't do that anymore. They just destroy your computer software.
Apparently, yeah, exactly.
They just like hack your Instagram and put a picture of Soulja Boy and say, "I have a crush on him."
It's taken care of, balls. Yeah.
All right, dude. Thanks for coming on. Dude, you were an amazing guest.
Oh, thank you. That was so fun.
Yeah,
Thanks,
dude.
Ben.
Yeah.
You got anything coming up to plug?
Absolutely not. I wish. My career's in the tank. The only thing is follow me on Instagram. That's all I do.
What's the handle?
Callahan Comedy.
Hell yeah.
So for whatever that's
Callahan
worth.
Comedy, Ben
Yes.
Callahan.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on the pod.
100%.
I got Game House. Are we putting this one out this week? Or are we going to shoot another one tomorrow?
This might be the second because we just had a guest.
Right.
So this might be in 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, then never mind. You missed it.
Never mind mine too. I'm gonna delete my Instagram next week, so it doesn't matter.
But a real _ POW, a real pal. real piece of work on Instagram, and
For sketches, new sketches every Friday.
for the sketches, we make new sketches every Friday. They take it's a ridiculously long amount of time.
Yeah, they almost cost their friendship every week. So please watch them.
Yeah, and then we mend it with this podcast.
I'm glad I was
And then we
able
don't
to-
do anything. We don't talk outside of that.
Yeah, we don't talk. Yeah, we don't even know each other.
Sketch.
Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah, we just milk each other for our creative juices, and then we leave. All right,
You
Frank,
did good today.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Filthy animal. Don't look.
Frankie Oy on everything, little vlogs on TikTok, fucking sketches and shit. I'm going. Oh no, actually. Oh, I'm gonna be in California. If you're watching this from California, hit me up. I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks in August, so I'm open
Sweet.
to do shows and shit. Or just hang out. I'm open to just hang out. Just fucking. Oh, no, what if I start whoring myself out? I have sex for money. All right, that's it.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching episode 63 of the Keep On Truckin' Podcast. Yeah.
Are you calling me a racist?